everybody. So, here we are. I'm doing my supper. It has been an interesting few days, and I would like to know whether this is sort of the stage I would be at, having passed the first month mark. Whereas I was so focused on my meals and just completely, got my blinders on. It's like if you could see me in a cartoon, you'd have all these like little pictures, and it would be like the foods that I'm missing, whereas I wasn't thinking about that before. So I was trying to bargain with Nellie a little bit. I was like, well, soup, like I miss soup. I really love soup, especially on a yucky day as today. So yes, I can do that for my cheat day. So like, even the healthier soup. Anyhow, so this is good, and I'm still glad I'm doing this, but this is a very interesting stage we're in right now. And I think it was starting when I was doing the last video and even before that. So I have got my burner on here. See if I can bring you with me. Come on. Okay, so here we have my pan. And in go my criminy mushrooms. There we go. Whoops! Criminy mushroom to the floor. 2 seconds. Okay. Okay, let's rinse this. All right. As you can see, I did a burger before, so all I have to do is warm it up. And then I put it on a bed of lettuce. And I've loved mushrooms, but I don't think I've ever used criminy mushrooms, and I really love criminy mushrooms. So I can put ketchup on a burger. And I don't know, it's almost like I'm kind of hit this bored stage, which is not unusual for me. I get tired of certain recipes after a while, and then I want to try something new. Let's see here. I'm going to turn over these mushrooms here. This is the best way to do it, I think. Now, I'm going to turn this off already because it smells really good too. So, but I found I'm really missing hot meals. There's some hot meals, but not many. They're almost like salads, and yet when I have all these cravings in my head, and then, but then as always, the meal is satisfying. Once I'm finished, I'm fine. I'm good. No problem. So talked with Nellie. She's going to change it up in about a week. So, which would have been done at the month mark, but because of having had a little surgery on my toe, it put me back in terms of exercise. So we stuck to the same diet as well. So this is, you can hear it sizzling. But yeah, that's a big deal for me right now. And I'm realizing I have to just take it one day at a time. I'm already thinking ahead to like when this is up, and I think, okay, how am I going to do this in real life, I look up in my cupboard, I see cornbread. That's like a family recipe that we've done. So it'll be interesting, because obviously I won't want to put back on all the weight, and I do want to basically stick to the thinking behind all of this. Like, I really wasn't eating enough vegetables, and I was eating too many carbohydrates, for sure. I actually don't miss the bread quite as much as I thought. So let me put you back over here. Yeah, I don't miss the bread quite so much, but yeah, I have a bread maker. made spelt bread because I'm a little sensitive to wheat. So there's this flour that's not being used, but I'm doing things for people, so that's actually kind of fun. So I have a loaf in the freezer I'm going to give to somebody, a banana loaf. So just using up my boyfriend's almost black bananas. So I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm kind of at this restless bored stage, and it maybe does it go along with the fact that this is the time of year when we all somehow get cabin fever, and you know spring is just around the corner and you want it to come that much faster. Maybe it's a hormonal thing. Am I on, you know, menopause? It's an interesting phase to be in. Anyhow, so but that's all I've got for you today. But these are my thoughts, the little struggles I'm going through right now. Well, talk to you next time. Oh, don't forget, press the like button. Give me a comment. If you've had any experience like this, you know, I'd love to hear, you know, especially have that the craving sort of come. You know, I was a whole month and it didn't bother me, and now I'm like, you know, thinking about all these other things, you know. I'm not going out and buying them, but I'm thinking about them. So, yeah, and subscribe so then you can see what's coming next. Bye. Another thing, I have headaches. This is a PS. And yes, it can be the weather, but I have a theory because I have been virtually off any sugar, like except for cheat meals, and even then I haven't had sugar all the time. But it was like super sweet meal. It was like pancakes with corn syrup and the other kind of syrup, the buttery flavored syrup, and so sausages, you know, all that kind of thing. So I was wondering about that, you know, but yeah, I have the beginnings of a headache. Uh, and another thing, I've survived two of my exercises. Actually, I've done 3 days now. So I've tried to stay off my feet. I checked after I did my last exercise where a lot of it was seated. I did some standing. I did some moving of my legs while seated. And my injury, you know, my wound didn't bleed. It did bleed today, but I didn't exercise. So I don't know if it's me just going around and doing normal stuff or I bent my foot the wrong way, but I definitely don't want to stop exercising now. It's nice getting that into my life again. So, okay, now this is really bye. Bye. See you next time.